Hello, YouTube. This is Demon360, and I am back. As you can see, I'm recording my computer screen. If you didn't know, I recently deleted my Sequel Trilogy rewrite, or my 4-part rewrite. And the reason I did that was because I rewatched it and I realized it sucked. Like, there were a lot of plot holes. It was kind of fanfiction-y in some places, and Palpatine was back, so that. But so today I'm actually gonna redo that trilogy, and I'm gonna do the prequel trilogy as well. So down the line. So today we're gonna start off with a more grounded sequel trilogy, more grounded rewrite that would have made more sense. So we're gonna be doing the 6 main characters. So Rey, Finn, Poe, Kylo Ren, Captain Phasma, and General Hux. And we will be, shall we say, fixing their characters for this new rewrite. So, we're going to be starting with the most difficult of the characters, Rey. This is going to be the most difficult because she doesn't actually have a character. She's just a blank slate that calls herself a Jedi. So, Rey will be our first, then we'll do Finn, then we'll do Poe, then we'll do Kylo, Phasma, Hux. And I'm going to try and make this quick. I'll try and make it as quick as I can. So anyway, I'm taking away the whole finding her parents thing. Why? Because it's the same thing as the original trilogy. Luke wants to know who his dad is, turns out he's an evil maniac invader, and then tries to redeem him. It's not original. So, actually, you know what? In this part, we're going to do the heroes, and then in the next part, we're going to do the villains. Because I think if we do all 6, it's going to be really, really hard. And I want to work on fleshing out the protagonists. So, we're going to give her a last name. She knows her family. So, obviously, the most obvious answer for this is Palpatine. Yeah. I'm kidding. She's not a Palpatine. Palpatine has nothing to do with this trilogy. I'm actually going to use her last name from Duel of the Fates, Solana. So, Rey Solana. That is her new name, Rey Solana. Alright, so, background. What is her past? And we're not getting into the nitty-gritty of our new trilogy. So, I really like that Rey is a scavenger. So she's going to be a scavenger. Sorry, I'm terrible at typing. She's a scavenger because you got the farm boy, then the slave, and then the scavenger. However, she is not going to be on Jakku. Why? Because Jakku is an obvious ripoff of Tatooine, and it's actually pathetic. Like, it's actually pathetic how bad it is. So she's going to be a scavenger on a different planet. So we have desert planets, snow planets, lava planets, water planets, forest, jungle, crystal, salt. How about a trash planet? How about there is like a scrapping planet where all the galaxy's garbage is? Like all the destroyed starfighters from the war. And imagine like a planet with like all this scrap on it. What about like a scrap world? It's like where Star Destroyers that crashed in the war have been brought, and yeah, you know what I mean. Like all this crashed weapons and starfighters and everything come to die. It's like a junkyard, a graveyard for starships. So we're gonna say a living on a scrap planet. Now, what are we gonna name this planet? We could name it Raxus Prime. We're gonna make it Raxus Prime from The Force Unleashed. The Force Unleashed, which was a scrap planet. So she lives on. Sorry about that. See, I'm terrible at typing. This is why scripting for Versus videos takes so long. Axis Prime. So that's her background. And then parents left her behind for drinking money. Now, I initially didn't know what to think of Rey being a nobody, but the more I think about it, the more I like it more than Rey Palpatine. I like how, like, maybe her parents just left her on the scrap planet for drinking money. Or, actually, don't make it drinking money, make it, gambling money. Maybe they left her behind because, they lost her in a bet. Left her behind due to losing her in a gambling match. They gambled her, and they lost, so they had to sell her. And now she's a scavenger, and Unkar Plutt is, the guy who they lost her to. So that's gonna be her background. So, Rey is gonna be... Alright. So, we're gonna say, strengths. So, we're gonna do her, her personality. So now... Okay, so Rey has a very harsh upbringing now. I mean, and she was old enough to know that her parents just sold her away. And now she's living as a scavenger, having to fight for everything. So Rey is very bitter. She hates her parents. All of her, like, anger comes out on her family. She hates them for what they did to her. So she's bitter. She is selfish. She's a bit selfish because, hey, she's a scavenger. She has to survive. Maybe she's aggressive. Like, you piss her off, she'll get right in your face and start fighting you. And we're also gonna say charismatic because, hey, she's living on this, planet. And throughout the trilogy, we're gonna watch her go from this bitter, aggressive, and charismatic person to a selfless Jedi. And that's gonna be her character arc throughout the trilogy. So yeah. Alright. So, her strength. Okay, what are her strengths? I can't talk, I can't type. Okay. First thing, she is very resourceful. She lives on a scrap planet. She lives on Raxus Prime, of all places. She knows how to make the best out of a bad situation. She's adaptive. Hey, you never know where you're gonna be on Raxus Prime. It's pretty crazy. So she's very adaptable. She's adaptable. So she can just adapt to the situation when necessary. Maybe she's a really good mechanic. Because, she lives on a scrap planet. Again, she's gonna learn how to fix things if she's going to survive. So, she's the resourceful one. Her fighting skills are, you know... And maybe she's a little willing to go the extra mile. She's the one who's willing to do whatever it takes to win the fight. Like, she will, like, resort to dirty tricks if it means they're gonna win, or she's gonna win. So... And then, like, persistent. We'll say persistent. Let's say a word for this. What's a name? What's a word for this? Hold on. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, word for being word for people who go. She's she's very like tenacious, persistent. So we'll just say persistent. I'm sorry about that. I took a while. I took a long time on that. Okay, weaknesses. Yeah, because characters, even women, have weaknesses. She is human, just like everyone else. So again, she's selfish. She has to be. She's aggressive. She's aggressive with people. She's distrustful. She doesn't get along with people. And actually, I had an idea that, she gets tempted by the dark side. Like, throughout her life, she can do basic force tricks. She can do basic, force skills. But whenever she gives into her anger or her hate, she gets better results. And because of the selfish, like, lifestyle, she is tempted by the dark side. So, she's tempted by the dark side. Alright, so what are her abilities? What are her abilities? Okay, she's a See how bad I am at typing? She's a mechanic. So she's a good fixer. We're not gonna make her a good pilot because we need Poe Dameron to be the good pilot. She can talk her way out of things. Yeah, she can talk her way out of stuff. And she can get to the nitty-gritty of what you need to do. She's a capable She's a capable fighter, a capable combatant. And one more. And she has force powers. Basic force powers. I.e. Alright, so what are her basic telekinesis, force push pull, and lift. Like, she can lift things off the ground. She can push people away. Basic precognition. Like, she can predict things before they happen. Precognition. Maybe she has visions of the day her parents died. Visions. Okay. And then finally, her equipment. How is she gonna be geared for this this fight? How does she like fight this? How does she fight? How does she do all that? Okay, so I don't know if I just want to give her a staff. In fact, we're actually gonna give her not just a staff, but well, you know what? We can give her a staff. She'll have a staff, and then she's also going to have a blaster, but the blaster, you know, just doesn't work very well. She has a staff and a blaster for her weapons. She has the Force, and then for, like, I honestly have no idea what Rey is wearing in the sequel trilogy. I have no idea what to call that wardrobe. So instead, we're going to give her a more Han Solo-esque. Well, not even like a Han Solo-esque, but like she's gonna have like basically like leather. We're gonna give the leather jacket to. Oh, actually no. Okay, hold on. She's gonna have not like the princess gown or whatever she has. Simple wardrobe, just like simple, like kind of like Luke and Anakin, like very simple wardrobe, very simple clothes. And so that is going to be Rey Solana. So that's Rey Solana for you. And now our next character is Finn. Now the whole parents thing, we're actually going to make Finn, he's going to stay a stormtrooper. He's actually going to be a Jedi as well. He and Rey are going to be two different Jedi going through two different character arcs to become the same Jedi. So, Finn. And again, background. He's a stormtrooper because that is a really, really good background for a Star Wars character, especially for a sequel trilogy Star Wars character. So he is a stormtrooper raised in the First Order. This is a great concept. But they didn't do anything with it. So he's not just gonna be a stormtrooper. He's actually a stormtrooper captain. Stormtrooper captain who has his own battalion. He has his own battalion of troopers and everything. Has a close relationship with Captain Phasma. So when he betrays, that gives a lot more to their rivalry, and we'll get into Phasma in the next video. So that's gonna be his background. So his personality. We're gonna make Finn the opposite of Rey, but not like in a Mary Sue way. Like, rather than be aggressive and persistent, he's gonna be afraid. He's not gonna be a coward, but he deserts the First Order. So he's very scared of, they hunt him relentlessly, and he is terrified of their strength. So he's gonna be cautious. We're gonna say he's overly cautious. He's overly cautious, a little scared. He's overly cautious. He has a good heart. He cares about his stormtroopers. He cares about his friend. He's very kind. He's very kind and friendly towards his friends. He's very serious. Sometimes, he doesn't know when to take a joke from, Poe or Rey. If they, tease him or something, he gets very serious. Because that's, what a stormtrooper is. So, he's a little cautious, he's kind, and he's serious. Alright, so what are his strengths? Well, he's a trained stormtrooper, so he is a good fighter. He's a very good fighter because he's a stormtrooper captain. Or, I don't think he's a captain. I think he's going to be a lieutenant, and we're actually going to promote Captain Phasma and make her General Phasma. And General Hux is going to go to Admiral Hux. He's going to go to Admiral, and she's going to be General. So he's going to be a lieutenant. See, tenants. See, I'm really bad at typing. See? You know what? Please help me. Dang it. No. Fine. There we go. He's a good fighter. He knows a lot about the First Order. Informative about First Order. He knows a lot about the First Order. And, he's a good motivator. Like, he can motivate the troops. And, he's empathetic. He's empathetic. He can care about people who have lost people. Like, he's very caring and kind about that. What are his weaknesses? Weakness. Alright. He's afraid of the First Order's wrath. He's afraid. He's overly cautious and serious. He's overly cautious and serious. He has a PTSD from his time as a stormtrooper. So, and yeah, he's gonna be a little overly cautious, a little too afraid. Abilities. I'm gonna try and speed this up. Good at fighting. Both ranged and melee. He's good at both of those. Good at motivating soldiers. He's good at motivating soldiers. And, that's how he motivated his stormtroopers. That's how he motivates, the Republic, or the Resistance, whatever we're gonna call it. I'm not sure yet. He can, cares about people. Which, again, he's very different from Rey. Rey only cares about herself. She is very bitter towards people, very aggressive, charismatic. Where Finn is cautious, he's selfless, but he's also afraid and too serious. So Finn's arc is he's going to have to overcome his fears and become the brave Jedi Knight who he has to become. Where Rey has to let the past die, or she has to let go of her past and move on to the future. And his equipment... blaster rifle. He's gonna have a good like Rey's blaster is gonna be kind of meh. And he's gonna have a really good blaster rifle. Now the reason they don't have lightsabers just yet is they'll get some later down the line. So blaster rifle, light armor. He has light armor. He doesn't have, like, heavy armor, just, like, a light combat suit. And, he doesn't have a martial weapon. That's where Rey's staff comes in. He's the gunner, Rey's the melee, Poe's the pilot. So, light armor, and, he's gonna have a med pack. He's gonna be the healer of the team. He's gonna be the guy who heals everybody. Alright, so that's Finn. Now we're gonna speed through Poe. Poe Dameron. Yeah, we really don't need to change anything about him. Richter. Whatever. Alright. Background. He's not gonna be a spice runner. Born into the New Republic under a wealthy family, joined the New Republic X-Wing Squadron. Alright, so personality. So we're taking away the charisma because Rey now has the charisma. So he is going to be very, very brave. Like, he's gonna be the guy, like, Finn's a little too cautious, and Poe's gonna be like, shut up and just do it. And Rey is not brave. She's in it for herself. But, like, when it comes, she just wants to run. So he's gonna be the guy keeping everyone on the team, saying, let's be brave. He's friendly. See, Finn is very caring towards people, but Poe's very accepting and friendly. Like, he's gonna be the guy who accepts Finn into the Republic, or the Resistance. He's gonna be the guy being like, come on in, come on in. Friendly, he's a good negotiator. Or, no, we'll focus that on abilities. Friendly. So, brave, friendly, and a little cocky. Little cocky and impulsive. He's impulsive. So, those are his traits. Strength. He is the best fighter pilot in the Republic. Not Rey. He is the best fighter pilot in the Republic. Like, he is the go-to X-Wing man. Finn is the soldier, Rey is the mechanic, Poe is the pilot. So, yeah, we got the best fighter pilot in the Republic. He's good at negotiating. He's very good at negotiating. He can see the good in people who appear bad. Like, he believes in redemption. Like, when he meets Finn and Rey. Finn is a stormtrooper, but he sees the good in Finn. Rey is a selfish scavenger. He sees the good in her. He's like the redemptive. He's the guy who He's the herald who brings Finn and Rey on their journeys. Weakness. Alright, he's a hothead. Cocky. He's a cocky hothead. He doesn't always think. He doesn't always think before he does. We can even make him short-tempered. Like, in stressful situations, he gets very impulsive and short-tempered. Like, maybe there's a scene where Finn is asking him all these questions, and he snaps at him, and it, like, shakes their relationship. Like, he's an overall good person, but sometimes he can be a little over the top. Alright, so his abilities. Master pilot. He isn't the best pilot in the galaxy, but he's a very, very good pilot. Best one around. So, yeah, he's gonna be the really good pilot. Good negotiator. He's a good negotiator. He's a good herald. He's the one who can break the ice. And break the ice the best. And try and get to the redemption. He's a capable fighter. He's a capable one. He's not a great one, but he's capable. And then equipment. Alright, equipment. He's gonna have a blaster, pistol, his own X-Wing. X-Wing flight suit. And that's really him. Alright, so say hello to our new Sequel Trilogy characters. Ray Solana, our selfish, bitter, charismatic, aggressive scavenger, whose strengths are resourcefulness, adaptability, mechanic, and her persistence, who suffers by temptation of the dark side, selfishness, distrustfulness, and aggressiveness. Finn, a overly cautious, kind, serious stormtrooper, who's good at fighting, but is a little afraid. And Poe, our pilot and herald. I hope you guys enjoyed, and next video we're going to be doing the villains. Our villains of this story. So Kylo Ren, Captain Phasma, General Phasma, and Admiral Hux. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.